it all the things. It's like them and want to see my people win. I say jealousy and grudges are sin. Talk the things them boys say. They say all the things. Some of them just want easy living. Not success reach them watching your things. I want show. They can't talk to me. Guardian angels watch over me. Every morning I kneel down and pray for my family. Look, I say, you are sure. No bad company could take away one shot gift to me. When I see a good thing and a check on the next way. I'm bad mind, I don't know. Send them but tell them you will see me now. You see me now. You see me now. Envious people, I beg you please. When you see me, don't see me now. Don't see me now. Don't see me now. Don't see me now. Everybody put your hand in the air. In the air. In the air. I said, "Child, I'm big plan for it." Rock in the air. In the air. In the air. When everybody put your hand in the air. In the air. In the air. In the air. I said, "Child, I'm big plan for it." Hand in the air. In the air. In the air. Say everything I am, I work for it. 'Cause my family must live. And everything I have can benefit. 'Cause that's how we just live. Tell them, don't bother try stop my shine. Don't bother try take my light. Tell them, I'm gifted by the Most High. And 2019 is mine. But you want show. They can't talk to me. Guardian angels watch over me. Every morning I kneel down and pray for my family. Look, I say, you want show. No bad company could take away one shot gift to me. When I see negative and I check on the next way. I'm bad mind, I don't know. Send you but tell them you will see me now. You see me now. You see me now. Envious people, I beg you please. When you see me, don't see me now. Don't see me now. Don't see me now. When everybody put your hand in the air. In the air. In the air. In the air. I said, "Child, I'm big plan for it." Rock in the air. In the air. In the air. When everybody put your hand in the air. In the air. In the air. In the air. I said, "Child,
Let me see your hands in the air.
in the air. In the air. In the air.
Because you're here, you're alive, and you're well. Greetings, and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Healthy Love Night. Wanna say big ups to everybody locked in from near, from far. Those on TuneIn Radio on kevinstew.com. Sorry, the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Those that are listening and watching at the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. Welcome. Those from across the pond. Top of the morning to you over there in the UK. Locked in on One Harmony Radio. King Genius, Queen Genius. Much love to you.
Just walk easy living, not success reach them watching your things. They can't talk to me.
Those locked in out of New Jersey.
Watch over me. Every man
On NIE Radio.
pray for my family.
My brother from another mother, the motivator.
No bad company could take away one shot gift to me. When
And on mix102.com.
on the next way, I'm bad mind, I don't know. Send you but tell them you will see me now.
Symbol.
You see me now.
Is Earth 96 back up?
Envious people, I beg you please. When you see me, don't see me now. Don't see me now.
Much love to the Earth 96 FM family in Jamaica.
When everybody put your hand in the air. In the air. In the air. In the air. I said, "Child, I'm
Prayers still up for you guys down there.
in the air. In the air. When everybody put your hand in the air. In the air. In the air. In the air. I said, "Child, I'm big plan for it."
Big ups to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com.
Say everything I am, I work for
The
it.
veteran in the business, Mr. Lindsay.
Must live and everything
Much love, sir.
benefit. 'Cause that's how we just live. Tell
Those hailing out of New York,
up my shine, don't bother try take.
exhibiting the power of music, island worldwide.
2019 is mine, but you want show. They can't talk.
China Nicole,
Guardian angels watch.
Gary and the Jump Out production crew, much love to you.
Pray for my family.
background music from Voice. Track called Alive and Well. I want to say thank you to my segment sponsors. One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF.net, committed to protecting justice and equality for everyone, especially individuals who have been wrongfully accused, marginalized, or deprived of fair legal representation. At OJLDF, they believe every person deserves the opportunity to defend their rights regardless of their financial circumstances. Catch Will Rattigan and panel representing the OJLDF every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Reggae Global Radio and on YouTube. Visit the website. See how you can get involved with helping in Jamaica, with donations, with volunteering, with making sure that democracy is central and remains central. Do your part in holding government officials accountable. Some of them just walk easy living, not success reach them. And see how those affiliated with the OJLDF, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, how they are going about doing it. I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table or her oils and over 20 years massage therapy experience. Give her a call today. Schedule an appointment for yourself. Gift a massage to someone else. Yeah, man, you can gift those things too, you know. She only has one request outside of paying her. Is that you get off her table and go sleep somewhere else. Number to reach her, 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. Nobody try stop my shine. Nobody try take my light. Tell them I'm gifted by the most high in 2019. I want to say big ups to the global base. They can't talk to me. Guardian angels watch over me. The global digital family. Global Digital navigates your journey across music, event marketing, and more. It's a realm where social spheres awaken through their mastery. So go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free. Just like their consultation. Free. Yeah, you got to emphasize it. Free. The Global Base is your catalyst for everything related to music production, radio, and event promotions. Visit them, globaldigital.com. Theglobalbase.com, daglobalbase.com. Drop my name in there. Say Kevin Stew talked about you. I want to know what you can do for me. I want to say thank you to McNeil Trucking. McNeil Trucking is a licensed and insured mover in the state of Florida. And it's veteran owned. So if you're in Florida and say you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville, From Naples to Palm Beach, Pompano to Pensacola, and any point in between. You wanna put some things in storage, move some things around the corner to your friend, to your neighbor, to somebody buying something for you offline. Go ahead and call up McNeil Trucking. 954-406-9740. That's 954-406-9740. Call them up. Tell them you heard about them on Night Shift with DJ Kevin Steele. And you're ready to get moving. Even if you want to move out of Florida or move into Florida, call them up. They got you. Thank you, McNeil Trucking. We have experienced in Jamaica over the past week. Recently. Is that there was this big natural disaster. And some people put in their blood, sweat, and tears into acquiring some things that they own. So everything them have, you know, them work for it and I'm proud of it. And then in one fell swoop, one day, either all of it or some of it or most of it was just gone. And that's the kind of thing that happens in natural disasters, right? But where you have life, there is hope. And so, there's a journey to rebuild. There's a journey to recovery. But there's also the race to maintain good health. And so here comes the challenge of maintaining good health after a natural disaster. And some may not think that, hey, listen, it can't be that bad. It's just a little rain and some breeze blow through. But no, it's a little bit more than that. So tonight, we're going to be talking about one of the aspects of natural disasters that don't often get featured until where it comes upon us. And that is disease after a disaster. Thank you, voice. Greetings, G Angel. Yeah, prayers go up, tears fall for our family members in Jamaica, our friends and family. Numbers to call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram from anywhere in the world. 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen right there. Those of you that are watching on kevinstew.com or on YouTube Live. So, here we are. Right after a disaster, a natural disaster. Hey Don 811. You got the 411 because in times of emergency, you know, reach out to 911. But if you're in Jamaica, depending on where you are, they can't reach you. As a matter of fact, you can't reach them. Diseases after disasters. What kind of diseases are we talking about? What are we facing when we look at some natural disasters, when we come across some natural disasters? Let's start off with one that we haven't had in the Caribbean in a little while. Well, actually, we did have one in Haiti. There was that big earthquake. When you do a quick search at diseases after an earthquake, the results you get, one of the results you might get is the diseases that show up are primarily infectious diseases like gastrointestinal, respiratory, and skin infections, which spread due to factors like contaminated water, poor sanitation, crowded living conditions. These things are what you encounter in after some natural disasters. Other health problems include an increased risk for chronic disease exacerbations, respiratory issues from inhaling dust and debris, and psychological impacts. Traumatic injuries can also lead to infections such as tetanus. You'll find that with some natural disasters, what happens after as it relates to our health, some of the things are the same. One thing is for sure, trauma exists with all of them. Nikki Y2Q, blessings to you. Infectious diseases, at a quick glance, like, there are diseases like the gastrointestinal ones, cholera, typhoid fever, gastroenteritis. These are common with contaminated water. Respiratory infections caused by inhaling dust and debris, and their risk increase with crowded conditions, with poor ventilations. And we're talking about flu, measles, diphtheria. And scabies will show up with skin infections. And there are some other skin conditions that might show up that can spread easily in unsanitary and crowded conditions. With earthquake injuries, especially deep wounds, are at risk for tetanus, making it crucial to check vaccination status and provide boosters if necessary. And there are some, depending on the location and the specific condition, other infectious diseases like Japanese encephalitis and some other conditions might actually show up. Now, these are not as far-fetched as they may sound. Quite common. Earthquakes, we know, are natural events that occur at depths several miles or kilometers under the Earth's crust, and it can be devastating at the epicenter. When we have earthquakes, it can cause or lead to disruptions in certain things that are essential to everyday living. The potential to lose electricity, disruptions in water supply, damage to buildings, and there may be injuries as a result of these things. One of the common things with earthquakes are your physical injuries. You have tetanus that you get from wounds with contact when that gets infected from contaminated dirt, feces, and And when in a natural disaster like an earthquake, depending on where the majority of the damage is, you can't get to medical treatment sometimes. You have the waterborne infections, you have the communal space infections, the viral URT, the pneumonia, the measles, the meningitis, the tuberculosis. You have vector-borne diseases like malaria that's transmitted by mosquitoes. And all of these conditions have an incubation time of anywhere between 1 day, and actually with some of the gastrointestinal diseases, you're talking about hours. Incubation time, hours. And you have 1 day to anywhere between 1 day and 30 days. Some of them you're looking at weeks to years, like TB, tuberculosis. Your incubation time for tuberculosis is 12 weeks to 3 years. Now, fortunately for those in Jamaica, we haven't had an earthquake to that magnitude to cause that kind of damage and destruction in a long while. And so we haven't had to deal with some of these. But then we look to our neighbors in Haiti. They have. And it's almost as if it happens on a regular, like every year. But over in the Middle East, they recently had an earthquake. Was it Afghanistan, I believe? 6.3 on the Richter scale. That's massive. And in a disaster like that, it can cause some of these conditions, especially when you have buildings falling and you have crush syndrome happening. When those things happen, not only do you have the physical trauma, but you have emotional, psychological trauma. You have people that look at buildings and don't want to go into them for the fear that there might be another earthquake. So they'd prefer to stay outside. That is the effect of trauma. And more often than not, we may hear about it, but not necessarily pay a whole lot of attention to it, because it may not directly affect some of us, but our hearts go out to them, right? It's important to know that it doesn't really matter what condition, what disaster. Speed is important to maintaining good health. The speed of relief, the speed of rescue, the speed with which rebuilding takes place. All of this can only happen with the speed of recovery and restoration. When aid is there to clean up so that rebuilding can take place. Sometimes it means removing carcasses, removing sharp objects, removing Jamaica had an earthquake October 19 at a 4.2. Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, Don 811, a 4.2 is nothing compared to a 6.3 or a 7 point, what was it that Haiti had, a 7.1? So, yeah, it might shake a few things off a shelf. cause a few walls to wave. But when buildings come down, water supply is interrupted, people lose life, lose limbs, then here you have the potential for some of these diseases to start showing up. And so when the call goes out for the aid and in providing relief, that is why it is important to get on it quickly. If you can get involved any which way you can, you do so quickly. The challenge is what we often see in areas where there's corruption. Because relief might be sent to provide aid to a general area, but because of corruption and greed, individuals may redirect those resources to other places, or may take it and decide that they're going to sell it instead of just administer it to the general population that needs it. That is one of the things that contributes a whole lot to the psychological trauma that individuals in these disasters face. Because the longer it is that they take to get the help, is the more broken they become. It takes a longer time for them to recover. It is also easier to control those with broken spirit than those that keep hope high and strong. But that's for another broadcast. So, as we look at diseases after disaster, I guess it could be included in the diseases. You know, you have trauma, you have gastrointestinal, you have respiratory. There's the disease of corruption that could be included in the mix. I didn't really think about that one until just now. I'll let us marinate on that for a moment. And we'll take a quick break. As we go on the break, though, I do want to remind you of a few things. One of them being the audiobook Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. It's a book authored by Jonathan Field. The audiobook is narrated by yours truly, Kevin Stew. It's available on Audible. And it is good for both genders. So go ahead, get your copy today. Get one for somebody that you know and love, male or female, because the information is good for both genders, no matter the title. Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. Get it today.
Yes, this is Ed Robinson, and I endorse
Sendwave.
Hey, want to send money to your family and friends in Jamaica easily? And that's with no transfer fees. Then Sendwave is the answer. With Sendwave, you send money fast and simple, right from your phone. No transfer fees. Your family can pick up cash at any Lasco, JMMB, and VMBS locations across the island, or get it straight into their bank account. Plus, get $20 credit on your first transfer with promo code RG Radio before November 30th. Download the Sendwave app now. Sendwave makes money off the exchange rate. FX fees are subject to change.
Sendwave.
Well, here it is. The Foundation Radio Network app is now available for Android and iPhones for free. Yes, you heard correctly. Just go to your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store and download the Foundation Radio Network. big people music with the young in mind. Now you can carry the Foundation Radio Network around with you wherever you go without ever missing a beat. Listen to Clinton Lindsay Mondays through Fridays, 12 noon till 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony Ryan Monday through Thursdays at 5 p.m. Marlon Burrell Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Kevin Stew Mondays through Wednesday at 10 p.m. And T-Rob Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Check out Reason with Rattigan Saturdays at 3 p.m. Homegrown with G. Cole Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Hillsman comes to you Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. and Brother Mitch Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. And check out the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Countdowns on Fridays at 2 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe to Clinton Lindsay's YouTube channel at Clinton Lindsay Official. And cut. What are you doing, dude? You tell me somebody can direct the thing. I did not. Foundation. People just get the app.
Get your Miracle Fire Rub for all joint pain, poor circulation, inflammation, and other aches and pain. Rub it on, the pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice. Miracle Fire Rub is all natural, all herbal with no side effects. Order yours today, 876-808-5903 or call 876-372-1366. Miracle Fire Rub. Rub it on, pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice.
In a world where creativity thrives, welcome to the Global Base, where innovation meets authenticity. Launching January 2024, it's the groundbreaking The Global Base TV app, celebrating individuality in music, events, and entertainment. Available on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon TV. It's your platform to create, amplify, and express your individuality. Join us at theglobalbase.com and at The Global Base Promo. The Global Base TV, redefining entertainment, empowering creators. Your stage, your voice, your world. The Global Base TV.
Hi, this is Cara Manti, and you're listening to DJ Kevin Stew, and this is The Night Shift.
Jamaica is facing the strongest landfalling hurricane in modern record-keeping to ever strike this island nation. 2012 was the last hurricane landfall, but 1988, Gilbert was the last major hurricane.
Babes, Melissa Moe, Jaja. Yo, me pre-walk one down a yard, and me heart pain. The one Melissa, the female hurricane. Any woman out there near Melissa, remember, Melissa, that are the worst name. The whole place a ball, them can't understand. What make Melissa, I feel my shop we island. I true wanted and I keep a party with the and get the best dressed female to a tough face man. Melissa dump and we like the Lakers. All gangster ball forgot, watch the fakers. Me know say Melissa is a girl from foreign, where a yard man trick, forget him papers. All trees start drop before breeze start blow. All CNN reach a yard, so you don't know. All flat bridge gone underwater from Hurley, so you don't know how the river them a flow. Melissa come with vengeance in our high. Mash up people lost and few people die. Make we join hands and out and fix back the place. Jamaica full of love that them can't deny. I hope Rosalie have money for buy dinner, and she never used the whole of it for buy the beamer. Yo, send best full of so much water, you know. You can't reach Santa Cruz unless you is a swimmer. Our Songsters Airport, who know one seat, part now of the roof, but everything a leak. Me can't believe in the middle of the storm. Looters out the road, I look something for thief. To reach a St. Bess, you know, you need a boat. Every vegetarian, I go start eat goat. The whole plantation mash up, so every family in a foreign link up, cause them need with support. Me start pack a one barrel from me see the first news. Plus no one on the time for the picking and choose. All some hot girl when used to talk about Louis. Now, them we take a second hand shows. Right now, anything will work. Other star me I better than 10 Gilbert. Melissa come with vengeance in our high. Mash up people lost and few people die. Make we join hands and out and fix back the place. Jamaica full of love that them can't deny. Babes, that's something I look good. Yeah, so I say, yo, Melissa.
The song about a general.
Melissa Moe.
With the Hurricane Melissa song. Serious thing. Much respect, Bada General. As we welcome back to the broadcast, those of you just joining us, glad to have you. Those of you who have been here, Please call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call somebody, anybody, everybody. Let them know it's Healthy Love Time on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. We're looking at diseases after disaster. We looked at some of the diseases that we face after an earthquake in the first segment. Now I want to bring our attention to some diseases that we might face after a tornado. Generally speaking, we're looking at things like respiratory infections from breathing in debris and dust, skin infections like tetanus, staph infections, and a rare, serious fungal infection called mucormycosis. We're going to hear a little bit more about that a little bit later. But you notice it's some of the same types of viruses, same types of diseases that we're facing after a tornado that we'd face after an earthquake. Tornado lung is a term used to describe lung problems from inhaling dust, mold, and other debris during and after the storm. Pneumonia, typically increased rates of pneumonia have been reported in areas after a tornado, and sometimes caused by uncommon microbes. Mucormycosis is a rare but severe fungal infection that can cause necrotizing soft tissue infections. And it often results from spores that soil and decaying matter being embedded in wounds. So basically, it is these spores get into your skin, and the tissue where that skin is dies. Basically, that's what happens. There are other types of bacterial infections that may show up, like E. coli, Klebsiella, Serratia, Portus, Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas. It just sounded like something else just now. Tetanus shows up again. Staph infections could be present. You do want to, after a tornado, you want to make sure you have protective gear, gloves, long sleeves, pants, sturdy closed-toe shoes with thick soles. These are what you want to wear, especially when cleaning up debris. And I might add that it doesn't really matter which disaster it is that you're facing. These should be your standard wear, your standard dress when operating in these environments. Cover your mouth, cover your nose. Wear an N95 respirator or a cloth mask when cleaning up, and avoid inhaling dust and mold. Get immediate medical care when there are any wounds. You want to clean them thoroughly and pay special attention if it becomes red or warm or start to drain pus. Mold can cause health problems, particularly for those with asthma and allergies. Watch out for that. Be alert for symptoms like skin discoloration, unusual bumps, pus, and signs of infection in wounds, as well as coughing, shortness of breath, or wheezing. The story is told, it's actually a report of a young man that got sucked into a deadly tornado. He survived. But only to have the experience of this rare flesh invading fungus. This was the tornado, the EF5 tornado that ripped through Joplin, Missouri in 2011. One report said it killed 158 people. Another report says 163. But another deadly threat, according to people.com, lurked in the shadows. And it is that of a rare and potentially deadly fungus. 14 years later, this man survived both being directly in the tornado and having this virus, this fungus. And there was a documentary recently called The Twister, Caught in the Storm, which told the story of Stephen Worsing. He was 16 years old at the time. And he and his friends were caught in the tornado while driving through Joplin. He said the car was tossed around by the twister before it got flung and floated off. At one point, Stephen, who earned the nickname Miracle Boy, was sucked out of the car and then went flying inside the tornado. And he said his life flashed before his eyes before he eventually landed on the ground. Luckily, he survived. His friends eventually came to his rescue, but the tornado, surviving the tornado, that was only part of it. More than a dozen people who survived the historic twister were infected with zygomycosis. This caused body tissue to necrotize or turn black after pieces of tissue die. Stephen was one of them. So he survived the tornado. And then here comes this flesh-killing fungus. Stephen had about a 5% chance of survival. The fungus was taking me over, Stephen recalled in the documentary. They cut a little piece of me off and then it didn't grow back. So they just started cutting everything off. In the end, he had several body parts removed, including his right nipple, a number of ribs as well, as part of his lung and liver, and even a piece of his heart. Now, if living after this isn't a miracle, I don't know what is. Nearly half the people who had the infection from the Joplin tornado died. Stephen spent 4 months in the hospital before he went home. He said the experience helped him heal some family wounds, especially with his father. My dad did a lot to help me through my whole stay, Stephen explained, recalling how his father would visit him each and every day. On the other side of the ordeal, Stephen said that he learned a valuable lesson. Love is all you need. You don't need nothing in life but just family. And I didn't really take advantage of it until the tornado, Stephen said. If you search on streaming platforms, you'll find this story, The Twister, Caught in the Storm, which highlights Stephen's journey getting caught in and sucked out of the vehicle into this storm. And then the infection that followed. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't begin to imagine some ribs being removed, pieces of my heart, my lungs, my kidney being removed. A nipple, I'd be one-sided, but I can live without it. But bits and pieces of you being removed in order to preserve your life with a 5% chance of survival. It's not even like the option, the prognosis, the chance of survival, the outlook. That's what I wanted to say. It's not like the outlook was that great. 5%. But that goes to show where there's life, there's hope. From that 5%, this man is here today. He survived teen life and is now a young adult in his 20s. Being able to tell this story. But he's here. Yeah, some pieces of him might be missing, but he is here. Which is more important? And so when we think of disasters, we need to think of natural disasters, to be more specific. We need to think of the diseases that may come with these natural disasters. Because if there's one thing for sure and two things for certain, they're coming. With things like hurricanes, you have another set of diseases that may show up. Now, these include some more so the waterborne diseases. You have leptospirosis, which is a bacterial disease spread through the urine of infected animals and contaminates soil and water. Let's think about that for a moment. Field infected animals, temporary housing by way of tents set up because homes are damaged or just completely annihilated. Outdoor facilities is where the survivors are going to relieve themselves. The ground is saturated. Below the surface is a water table. From that water table, a number of communities get their water supply. What do you think is going to happen? Did I paint a vivid enough picture for you to see where the potential, where this is going? The potential dangers. Now with that, here you have E. coli, salmonella, noroviruses, which can also be spread through contaminated water and food and close living quarters. But wait, there's more. There's cholera, which is an infection that can thrive in areas with poor sanitation and contaminated water sources. And hepatitis A, which is a viral infection that can be transmitted through contaminated water or food. And then comes the pests. Because these diseases are not necessarily pesty enough. Comes the actual pests, mosquitoes, bringing diseases like West Nile virus, Zika, dengue fever, chikungunya, malaria. These are things that we get exposed to when there's not a whole lot of relief happening. And not a whole lot of taking care of what we see around us as disasters. Someone just sent me a message and said, don't leave out the worms. Yeah. There are ringworms. There are tapeworms. There are other fungus or fungi and blood-sucking, skin-attaching worms. Yeah, it sounds gross. But when you take a look at Western Jamaica today, what do you see? If not a breeding ground for some of these diseases. Contact with floodwaters and storm-related runoff can lead to skin infections, which are sometimes severe. Flooding can cause mold to grow in homes, leading to allergies, respiratory infections, and other health problems. Have you seen some of these homes where rivers have overflown their banks and where rivers didn't even exist? Here is flooding. There are towns all across Western Jamaica that were flooded out. Mud being shoveled out of homes. Water 6 and 7 feet high. All the furniture, all the clothes, everything destroyed in people's homes. And they have to get them out. Why do they have to get them out? Because if they stay inside, now the heat of inside lead to mold. And if these people are going into these homes to try and salvage their lives, what do you think they're running into? So you got the skin infections, you got the mold, you got the respiratory infections, which are sometimes and more often than not linked to the mold. But you get the pneumonia, you get the flu, you get the COVID. Yeah, that one's not gone. ASM.org, the American Society for Microbiology, they talk about microbial aftermaths of hurricanes. And they say disaster microbiology is an emerging field that researches how microbiology relates to catastrophic events and how they impact people and ecosystems. In the face of climate change, extreme weather disasters like hurricanes may increase in frequency and intensity, and impact new geographic locations. Understanding how hurricanes relate to microbiology will strengthen communities and decrease deaths from infectious diseases like leptospirosis and dengue fever. Well, that's the thought, right? If a government is not proactive enough or even educated enough, how much prevention do you think there will be? In 2021, the American Academy of Microbiology published a colloquium report on microbes and climate change, which provided recommendations to drive the development of innovations in microbiology to mitigate climate change and associated risks. One of the recommendations called for the implementation of a One Health Wellness approach to study the relationship between climate change, microbes, and human health. The report also called for the researching the impacts of floods, drought, or other extreme weather events on microbial communities and their functions and risk to human health. Climate change will continue to shape the planet and consequently lead to changes in weather patterns that will impact humanity. Hurricanes are expected to increase in frequency and intensity due to increased ocean temperatures. We've seen that in recent times. Government and local communities need to prepare for the microbial consequences of the impacts of hurricanes and climate change. Microbes may also pose some of the solutions we seek to mitigating climate change and adapting to our changing planet. When it comes to these microbes and microbiology changing lives, mark my words, you will see this happening in Western Jamaica. Not you might see it happening, you will see it happening. Because here's the reality. The number of deaths reported cannot be a true number. People are missing. And some people have already buried loved ones for the sake of them not rotting in open spaces. But we're not only talking about human life at this point, because there's animal life that have perished. So the animals in the farms around, the dogs, the pets that people have had, it's death. And one of the reports that is coming out of Jamaica now is that people are starting to recognize the stench of death. You realize what comes along with that? The diseases that come along with that. This is one of the reasons we need to act quickly in the recovery process. We're going to take another quick little break. When we come back, we talk some more about hurricanes and the increase of and risk of infectious diseases. This is Healthy Love on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. We'll be right back.
Hey Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Imagine having our own Caribbean center. Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage.
Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe
and donate today.
In a world where creativity thrives, welcome to the Global Base, where innovation meets authenticity. Launching January 2024, it's the groundbreaking The Global Base TV app, celebrating individuality in music, events, and entertainment. Available on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon TV. It's your platform to create, amplify, and express your individuality. Join us at theglobalbase.com and at The Global Base Promo. The Global Base TV, redefining entertainment, empowering creators. Your stage, your voice, your world. The Global Base TV.
Yes, this is Ed Robinson, and I endorse Sendwave. Hey, want to send money to your family and friends in Jamaica easily? And that's with no transfer fees? Then Sendwave is the answer. With Sendwave, you send money fast and simple, right from your phone. No transfer fees. Your family can pick up cash at any Lasco, JMMB, and VMBS locations across the island, or get it straight into their bank account. Plus, get $20 credit on your first transfer with promo code RG Radio before November 30th. Download the Sendwave app now. Sendwave makes money off the exchange rate. FX fees are subject to change. Sendwave.
It's Christine representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin Stew and the night shift radio show. Yo, the thing, turn up the thing loud. Whoa. DJ Kevin Stew at the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin Stew believing, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christine. It's a heart it up. Loud.
Hurricane Melissa has now made landfall in Jamaica. This is a live look right here from Montego Bay. And we've been sharing this live look with you for about
NBA site.
From we have life, we start over. Melissa outside and she now hold back. One more to house, me she now hold shop. Oh, still I stay calm. Yard with the girl dog up in a face stamp. I got for my trust in a Satan. See if you jungle run a great time. My day in the darkness, regardless. Use flashlight and read the songs then. Only God can fix the problems. No care how we think we can. Judge in a way out. The money. If you not say it can't, my dog don't care what plan. We have to find strength cause you make us strong. I'm still a send prayers to me yet the farms. So yeah, enough me to lose, bro, believe me lad. Invest my last in a farm and lose it all. But me still I keep a smile, don't me feel for ball. I only who knows I go feel it all. But me deep me lose nothing dog, the deep on my mess. Before the storm makes landfall, people are dead. When me feel me fully wise, life teach me again. Take my advice and believe my friend. Jamaica can't solve boy. From we have life, we start over. When Lisa outside and she now hold back. One more to house, me she now hold shop. Oh, still I stay calm. Yeah, with the girl dog up in a face stamp. I got for my trust in a Satan. See if you jungle run a great time. My day in the darkness, regardless. Use flashlight and read the songs then. Only God can fix the problems. No care how we think we can. Judge in a way out. And I am the money. If you not say it can't, my dog don't care what plan. We have to find strength cause you make us strong. I'm still a send prayers to me at the farms. So yeah, enough me to lose, bro, believe me lad. Invest my last in a farm and lose it all. But me still I keep a smile, don't me feel for ball. I only who knows I go feel it all. But me deep me lose nothing dog, the deep on my damage. Before the storm make landfall, people are dead. When we feel me fully wise, life teach me again. Take my advice and believe my friend.
The sound of Ronnie Rasta City, Hurricane Melissa. You know, welcome back to the broadcast. Let me do that first. It's Healthy Love Night right here on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, and we're looking at disease after disaster. We have a gift in Jamaica and the Caribbean where we tell our stories through music. We tell our stories through poems and folklore. For me, as a musician myself, music is is up there in the top with getting the story out, getting the word out, getting the warnings out, raising awareness. We're going to hear more and more songs coming out. Don't get caught up in the beat. Focus on the message. Some of these tracks that you'll be hearing will be AI generated. Again, focus on the message. But as we return to tonight's broadcast and the focal point, disease after disaster, ASM.org says hurricanes impact ecosystems and the microbial communities that live in them. They move microorganisms across the ocean and spread them through different continents. This mass movement of water and wind aerosolizes microbes in the atmosphere and transport them to new places. The microbes that flourish after hurricanes can be beneficial and facilitate the decomposition of fallen vegetative matter, or pose a threat to human health, increasing the risk of exposure to infectious diseases. Hurricanes can lead to the resurgence of microbes that cause human diseases, contaminate food, and deteriorate water quality. Extreme precipitation forms standing water, floods containing contaminated runoff, sediment, debris, and waste harboring fecal coliforms and enteropathogens. These dangerous conditions are partially caused by inadequately functioning water systems and overflowing septic tanks. For example, fecal-associated bacteria from humans and animals were detected in rivers after Hurricane Harvey and floodwaters after Hurricanes Rita and Katrina. Parts of New Orleans is probably still recovering from Hurricane Katrina. I went to New Orleans a couple of years ago and saw the levees that were used to try to alleviate some of the flooding. Drove through places that they said you couldn't see the road because of the amount of water that was here. I saw some of that recently in Jamaica, where roads used to be became raging waters, rivers of mud. I saw roads being taken away. Buildings, 2-story buildings with water up to the roof. Real thing. And the only thing that can come after that is what we're talking about right now. And to avoid that, to mitigate that, is a feat that everybody has to get their hands and hearts involved to try to deal with in the best way possible. An increased risk of exposure to enteropathogens can lead to acute gastrointestinal illness, such as gastroenteritis. Couldn't get it out. Viral gastroenteritis outbreaks have been documented in shelters as people sought refuge from storms. Outbreaks from viruses such as noroviruses may occur in shelters through contaminated food, water, or surfaces. When you think about the hospital in Black River, with the roof torn off, whole sections of the hospital inaccessible or unusable, where you see people being treated out of the back of cars. What do you think is going to come next? I've heard doctors give reports of individuals who were treated only hours to days before for diabetes-related infections or diabetes-related cuts, wounds. You realize what is going to happen with those individuals if there's no medication, if there's no access to medical care. Now you have gangrene setting in. You know what happens then? Amputations. So, one of the things you can anticipate happening as we recover from this disaster is more amputees in and around these areas. You can anticipate more respiratory illness. You can anticipate across the island more psychological trauma. But it doesn't stop on the island, especially as it relates to psychological trauma, because we're all affected. During the initial cleanup after a hurricane, people are at higher risk of getting cuts, scrapes, puncture wounds, abrasions, and burns. And these injuries create entry points for pathogens that can cause flesh-eating diseases such as necrotizing fasciitis, which was linked to exposure to Streptococcus pyogenes in the floodwaters of Hurricane Harvey in Houston in 2017, or the reported increase in cases of Vibrio vulnificus after Hurricane Ian in Florida in 2022. These are real conditions that affect real people. DirectRelief.org did an article titled Second Disaster. After Hurricane Melissa kills dozens, the Caribbean faces these 5 threats to health. 1, the environment. Tropical storms like hurricanes unleash a lot of threats into affected communities. When local water sources are contaminated, waterborne illnesses like cholera become a severe and potentially fatal risk. Digestive ailments like norovirus can spread through contaminated water and food, especially in crowded conditions like shelters. Because both uncontaminated food and drinkable water are in short supply in Jamaica right now. Preventing these illnesses and preparing to treat their symptoms has to be high priorities. Pools of standing water quickly become breeding grounds for mosquitoes. Especially in warm climates in the Caribbean, mosquitoes cause vector-borne diseases like dengue, Zika, chikungunya. And because dengue has been on the rise in recent years, it's a particular concern right now. Communities affected by hurricanes have reported a growing need for epinephrine, auto-injectors, as people working to clear damage and return to their homes encounter beehives and potentially deadly allergens. And physical traumas, such as injuries, occur both during storms and as people work to clear debris and reach help. Then there's lost medicine and food. People with non-communicable diseases like diabetes, hypertension, respiratory ailments like COPD, cancer, and kidney disease are at risk, increased risk, during and after hurricanes. Medicines are often damaged by the disaster and people are forced to flee without them. The life-saving treatments used to manage these conditions generally demand consistent, reliable access to care and monitoring. In addition, contaminated food sources are lost, or lost crops can quickly lead to nutritional deficits, with pregnant women and vulnerable people at higher risk. In Jamaica, Hurricane Melissa has destroyed both food and crops. For people with diabetes, managing the disease with little food or with whatever is available is likewise much more hazardous. The death toll will rise. The next one I'll leave for last. I'm going to come back to it. Damaged infrastructure is also on this list. Clinics, hospitals. Jamaica has reported at least 5 significantly damaged hospitals. And with this, people can be cut off from access to care for months. This affects both people needing emergent care, such as diabetes or mental health conditions, and people who need surgery or specialty care for cancer, kidney disease, and other complex illnesses. When Hurricane Dorian battered the whole island in the Bahamas in 2019, both primary care clinics and specialty care hospitals were affected. The COVID-19 pandemic, which began the following year, drastically complicated access to care in the Caribbean nation. But even if clinics and hospitals are open and are able to care for patients, blocked roads and landslides can make accessing that care impossible. Puerto Rico, like many other areas of the Caribbean that are vulnerable to hurricanes, has increased its mobile and rural healthcare efforts after the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. And of course, there's poverty, displacement, and struggle. Some of the most lasting consequences of hurricanes are hard to quantify, but they can be deadly. Excess deaths in the years after a hurricane aren't always easily attributable to the disaster itself. But when people lose their homes and or their livelihoods, when they're displaced from their communities for long periods, when the community as a whole struggles to rebuild or restore services, when contamination and pollution continue to haunt communities, then the number of excess deaths will increase. Which leads me to mental illness. Communities that experience hurricanes experience increased levels of post-traumatic stress, depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues that can continue for more than a decade. Long periods of uncertainty, such as when recovering families struggle to access housing or find employment, can create or prolong psychological distress. A single hurricane can cause widespread impacts, but repeated events, this compounds the effects. Research has demonstrated that survivors of multiple traumatic events are left with worsening mental strain and greater vulnerability to future mental health illness. The storm came. Homes were lost. Lives were lost. You have survivors that are facing survivor's remorse. You have survivors that are increasingly hopeless. As they look around, night falls and there's nothing but darkness and the stench of rotting vegetation, rotting bodies, human and animal alike, seen and unseen. You have the stench of waste. You have devastation all around. The darkness takes you away from it for just a moment because you don't see it, but then here comes the break of day. And you're reminded of the disaster that you're in. Making it to that break of day is challenging enough, because that moment of shut eye that you get, I can't even classify it as rest. If you manage to close your eyes, because you may be around people you don't know and don't trust. But for the most part, we've been thinking about, I know I have, been looking at this through adult eyes, looking at other adults. What about the children? There's a whole generation that run the risk of growing into adulthood with prolonged health issues, physical health and mental health. And when you look at what is in place to assist, there's not a whole lot of hope. The medical aid being prepared for transport to Jamaica includes a wide variety of requested medicines and supplies. Some of those including epinephrine, auto-injectors, water purification tablets, oral rehydration solutions, IV supplies, antibiotics, insect repellents, personal protective equipment. Very important. Field medic packs for emergency responders working on the ground and re-entry kits for people returning to damaged homes are designed to prevent emergent conditions common after a disaster. Many other items, including prenatal vitamins and medications and supplies to manage diabetes, will help prevent spiraling health emergencies caused by a lack of treatment. People with non-communicable diseases and pregnant women, among other medically vulnerable groups, are at particularly high risk in the aftermath of a hurricane. The Jamaican Ministry of Health and Wellness has also requested a range of mental health medications for people affected by Hurricane Melissa, as post-traumatic stress and other mental health conditions pose significant risks to disaster-affected communities. A separate shipment of pediatric insulin and materials for children with type 1 diabetes is also being prepared by Direct Relief for shipment to Jamaica and awaiting dispatch to the Jamaican Diabetes Association. Recovery in countries affected by Melissa will likely take years. Direct Relief has strong, active partnerships throughout the Caribbean and in Jamaica, Haiti, and Dominican Republic and the Bahamas in particular. If this is an organization that you feel compelled to lend your resources, to give your resources, go ahead, by all means. Do a little bit more research into them and see if they do the work that you want to be done. Or find the agencies or individuals that are doing things on the ground that you can provide resources to. If it's even just a quick message to say, hang in there. All is not lost. I'm praying for you. A little bit, and that little bit would go a long way. These are some of the diseases that we encounter after a disaster. Does it make it easier? Nah. It's important that we become more aware. Very much so. And in this awareness, we take steps to rebuild better than before. Because, like we said at the beginning, where there is life, there is hope. And today we celebrate life. We encourage life. We support life. We speak life. Those of us who are healthy enough to do so and have the resources to do so, let us provide it. Let us give some of it. And here comes this other disaster here in the United States where individuals that get assistance from the government have none. There are individuals in the Caribbean that get assistance from the people that are getting assistance here, and they can't do anything. So now, here comes more depression. And this is how individuals get indirectly affected by some of these disasters. It's painful, isn't it? Truly, life is a bed of roses. Because it's beautiful when it's blooming. But that stem with those thorns reminds us that there are hard times. This is one of those times. And we can't give up hope. We definitely need to be aware of what comes after a disaster as it relates to our health and our well-being. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, man. Jamaica, my people. We cry today, but tomorrow we rise. Through the storm, through the pain, we still survive. Melissa mash up the land, but it can't mash up with spirit. Listen. Me see the rooftops gone, me see the tears from me neighbor face. The river take the road, but love can't erase. So me lift me eyes to the hills, me know God upon the case. Jamaica strong, we still run the race.
All the faith, the people don't let go. We plant again, under the love will grow.
Jamaica will rise again.
Oh yes we will.
From the rubble and pain, my friend.
We small but we mighty.
Little but talawa.
One love, one heart, together we'll live.
Jamaica will rise again.
Rise again. We build back the house and rebuild we plan. With God above and each other hand in hand. Jamaica we strong.
No crime, no hate, this a time for unite. We help the neighbor before the night. If one man fall, the next man lift. That's the Jamaican spirit, you can't shift.
Tell me like a sun, wipe the tears from your eye. God keep us safe through the breeze till sight. Tomorrow brings sunrise from the broken land. We build again with love in we hand. We will rise,
We will rise,
we will stand.
hand in hand.
No storm too strong, no wave too high.
Jamaica, lift your eyes.
Jamaica will rise again.
Yeah, man. Jamaica, my people. We cry today, but tomorrow we rise. Through the storm, through the pain, we still survive. Melissa mash up,
You know, Don 811,
but it can't mash up with spirit.
I mentioned that, I touched on, or alluded to that a little bit earlier, where I mentioned the corruption. But you're very right. Another dis-ease we need to be aware of is the scamming, the looting, the robbery. There are people that are distributing resources and they need armed security in order to distribute these resources to individuals that are in need of them. And it's a sad state. It really is. And this leads to more depression and fear, and it leads to some people not wanting to go out and get the help that they need because of fear of being killed, or getting the assistance, the food assistance, the supplies, only for it to be taken from them. It's crazy. But it's something that is happening. And also, you're right. This is, because that's exactly what it is.
Jamaica, my people. We cry today, but tomorrow we rise.
That's real disaster right there.
We still survive. Melissa mash up the land, but it can't mash up with spirit. Listen. Me see the rooftops gone, me see the tears from me neighbor face. The river take the road, but love can't erase. So me lift me eyes to the hills, me know God upon the case. Jamaica strong, we still run the race.
All the faith, the people don't let go. We plant again, under the love will grow.
Jamaica will rise again.
Oh yes we will.
From the rubble and pain, my friend.
We small but we mighty.
Little but talawa.
One love, one heart, together we'll live.
Jamaica will rise again.
Rise again. We build back the house and rebuild we plan. With God above and each other hand in hand. Jamaica we strong.
No crime, no hate, this a time for unite. We help the neighbor before the night. If one man fall, the next man lift. That's the Jamaican spirit, you can't shift.
Tell me like a sun, wipe the tears from your eye.
So wipe your tears, my people. We're not done yet. Jamaica we're born for rise, and rise we shall. One day at a time.
Jamaica will rise again. Jamaica will rise again. Jamaica will rise again.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Enough is enough. Dirty virus. Vicious 19 year. Dirty virus.
This is Ed Robinson
Vicious 19 year.
channeling his inner Tosh.
Hi, this is Ed Robinson. And no matter what you're doing right now, stop it. Because guess what? Kevin Stew is at the control. Tune in, sin. Yeah, man. Yeah. Enough is enough. Dirty virus. Vicious 19 year. Dirty virus. Vicious 19 year. Since that day you came on this earth, you cause us pain, you make us hurt. Yes, we've been blind, but now the world can see.
Good night, Patricia.
Not alone around here, so take your owners and flee.
I give thanks that you're giving thanks. In the midst of losing your roof and all your furniture.
Vicious 19 year.
Glad you're still here and healthy. Are you getting the resources and the help that you need?
Vicious 19 year. Carry some of them oppressors when you leave. You like an evil spirit, you locked us down. We could not make one single sound, but like a yard man, we'll use the words and free the nation, free as the birds. Together we'll chant dirty virus. That's a good word. Vicious 19 year. It's a even good one. Dirty virus. You try stop us, we'll stop you. Vicious 19 year. Right now, I'm gonna tell you this, our doctors and nurses, your respect is still. Keep on, fight the fight till the last one heal. So until that day when we can congregate, keep on, share this love, but let the virus kill the hate. So until then, let's chant dirty virus. I hope you know we have some more class. Vicious 19 year. You think we can stop us from put them together? Dirty virus. Vicious 19 year. Yo, I know for sure some mainstream woodlands won't play this one on their radios. But who round ya care? We never need them then, so we don't need them now. Hey fool, but us, yo, a long time you remind we had these germs, yeah. Dirty virus. How you want me to call you right name? Vicious 19 year. I'm very interested in remembering your name. Dirty virus.
I want to say happy anniversary to Ed Robinson and Jonah Marie.
Vicious 19 year. We are trying to draw you out.
I thank you for the Earth Date greetings and blessings, G Angel. Much love to you, my sister. Yeah, 15 more minutes before we celebrate one more trip around the sun. This is music from Brimstone. Because we're not giving up around here, right? We're not giving up on life. We're not quitting on rebuilding. Magical Merle, blessings to you.
Me, I tell you now, but get you no glory. Life road is a mission to road that before way. And you never have it level, it's an uphill journey. Nothing good in a life never yet come easy. We have to fight to survive from we was a little baby.
Merle, how you holding up down there in Mandeville?
Challenges in life where we have to embrace it. And if you think you have the biggest problem, you must be crazy.
Patricia, where are you hailing from?
You fail, never you fail to try again. Try again.
And thank you for those that are reaching out to the other family members that you come into contact with here on this platform and others. Sometimes that is how others will survive this.
Never you fail to try again. Try again. 'Cause a winner never quit, no. And a quitter they will never win. Quitter never win. Sometimes you try a lot of things and a lot of things fail you. Never ever think of life as a failure. Enough time you pray and things that God not hear you. When you think him not around, at that time him then near you. Just hold on to the most time and tell you send and let go. I see the devil with them, you want to tell you kill yourself too. No matter how you have it hard, someone have it worse than you. Life journey goes on, yeah, without you. So if you try and you fail, never you fail to try again. Just try again. 'Cause a winner never quit, no. And a quitter they will never win. Quitter never win. If you try and you fail, never you fail.
Prayers going up for your protection, Merle.
Just try again. 'Cause a winner never quit, no.
Just remember, greater is he that is in you than those that are around you.
Some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, but I will trust the King of all kings. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My Jamaica family, we remain grateful.
But I feel your love and your mercy. Although me know me don't deserve it. Me say time after time, I see me life. But I try to hurt me. You know them heart bitter like Cersei. But in an only years, oh Lord, I forever should well. Powerful and majestic like a mother of spell. Thank you, Father, again and again. 'Cause I'm grateful for everything you've done. I'm grateful. Without you, I couldn't overcome. I'm grateful for everything you've done. overcome. It's all about your grace and your mercy. It ain't nothing else, Lord. Many pass away in a 2020. Never know what so them life would end. Some say them lucky, just you them wealthy. But ain't no partial, my friend. People are in fear, so teach a while is near. Cause right I know the world is coming to an end. I'm grateful for everything you've done. I'm grateful. Without you I couldn't overcome. I'm grateful for everything you've done, Lord. I'm grateful. Without you I couldn't overcome. I'm grateful, 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 grateful. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. Them never know you woulda make it. Them never know you woulda rise. Watch you wicked, them hypocrites and parasite. See don't want your name every day and every night. But so 35 are where we used to survive. Remember Granny P woulda get up in the night. And 9 to Saul, with the blessed olive oil. Cast out all demons, where they want our sight. Now I sick, no sickness. Cause I'm healed by his stripes, stripes, stripes. So I'm grateful, 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 grateful. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. I'm grateful for everything you've done. I'm grateful. Without you I couldn't overcome. I'm grateful for everything you've done, Lord. I'm grateful. Without you I couldn't overcome. Grateful.
Win or lose, this is my game to play. Right or wrong, I'll play it my way.
This is Joanna Marie, and it's all about DJ Kevin Stew on the night show. If this is some stew, check out Kevin Stew.
Thank you, Joanna Marie.
I only have one life to live.
As we only have one life to live, let us live it to its fullest.
He touches me and makes me live. Oh yeah, now we're in love.
In the midst of the darkness, there's a light that comes up every day. There's a light that shines bright within us. Merle, all will be well. Miss P, things are gonna be greater.
I don't know what changes time may bring, but right now, today's the important day. Together, come what may, we'll welcome each new day. With love to be your guiding light, to make it through. Ooh, yeah.
This is Joanna Marie. Her rendition of One Life to Live.
My game to play, right or wrong, I'll play it my way. And if I make mistakes,
As we bounce through this
all the heart that breaks,
musical therapy,
find my way of life.
this much needed musical therapy.
I only have one life to live. I only have one love to give. No matter what he is, he touches me and makes me live. Oh yeah, now we're in love. I only have one life to live. I'm gonna live.
behind my brain. But right now, today's the important day. Together, come what may, we'll welcome each new day. With love to be your guiding light, to make it through. Tomorrow, I only have one life to live. I'm gonna live. I only have one love to give. I'm gonna give it. No matter what he is, he touches me and makes me his. Oh yeah, now we're in love. I only have one life to live. I'm gonna live. I only have one love to give. I'm gonna give it. No matter what he is, he touches me and makes me his. Oh yeah, I know I'm his, and he is mine. I know I'm his, and he is mine.
Right by my side, oh girl, you are my joy and pride, baby. Right by my
I want to say a blessed belated Earth Day to this guy, Scotty P, lead singer of Jetworks Band.
That's how I feel when I'm with you.
This track is called So Lovely.
So amazing. That's how I know this love is true. Oh baby, it's been a long, long while since we
Scotty P celebrated his Earth Day 2 days ago.
made so many memories, even better stormy weather. Right now you got me floating light just like a feather. It's now or never, now or never. So lovely and wonderful. That's the way I feel when I'm with you. Don't you ever leave my side. Right next to me, that's where I need you. That's where I need you. Right by my side. Oh Lord, when my friends come around and check for me.
Even if I'm not there with you physically, I'm right there with you, no matter what.
Busy making preparation just
And as we part company, know that I say a prayer for you each and every day.
into my survival. So lovely and
Do remember to look out for members of your community. Your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide.
leave my side. Right,
Those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community.
that's where I need you. Right by my
The people that you hear about in these disasters, they are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today. You never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stew, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, kevinstew.com and affiliates. Thank you to the affiliates. Truly appreciate, love you.
little girl, you are my joy.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world.
My side.
From right here in South Florida, I bid you a good night. Thank you all for the birthday wishes.
That's how I feel when I'm with you.
It officially comes in another 30 seconds or so.
So amazing. That's how I know this love is true.
Y'all be good. If you can't be good at it. I'm out of here until Saturday. A reason with Ratigan at 3, the Saturday Stew at 8. Y'all take care. Much love. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.